What if someone you lost who had died returned? This episode of AfterBuzz TV is brought to you by the powerful and riveting new drama, Resurrection. You won't be able to stop watching or talking about it. Resurrection premiering on Sunday night, March 9th at 9/8 Central, only on ABC. You're not going to want to miss it.
Mr. Langston, did your son go missing, sir? I haven't. He's okay.
My son died 32 years ago.
What if someone you lost returned?
Daddy!
Honey, who is it?
Jacob. I'm coming home.
The television series event begins.
You're not the only one, there's others.
Tell the world.
Resurrection. Series premieres Sunday, March 9th on ABC.
You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Markeia McCarty and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's WWE Main Event After Show.
Oh, yeah. We got a rare treat tonight from the WWE Network and on ION. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Main Event here on AfterBuzz TV. I am Tom the Calm Connolly, and the whole group is back together tonight. The Main Event crew is all here.
Yes!
Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Yes! Sitting across from me, the ladies of Main Event. Markeia McCarty, how you doing, Markeia?
Hey, I'm doing good.
Good?
I'm doing so good. Such a great match tonight.
Yes, great matches tonight. And sitting next to her, she recently somehow escaped. We will get into that in a little bit. But she is back. Gabrielle Loren, how you doing?
I am back. I'm so glad to.
Good. Wi-Fi sucked there? Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
See?
Sorry, guys.
Did you have to pay for the Wi-Fi? Because I had to.
No, they actually gave it to me for free for being cute.
Oh, see? Not cute enough. And sitting next to me, it's Scott Narver. How you doing, Scott?
I'm doing well, because the Wyatts also had called me cute when they kidnapped me.
See? Yeah. Man. But, guys, before we get into the show tonight, we need to tell you about a brand new show that's going to be on ABC called Resurrection. You heard Markeia talk about it at the top of the show. And what would you guys do? Just imagine if a loved one, say a grandmother, or a mother, father, came back to life and showed up on your doorstep one day.
Ugh, I'd be so happy. I'd say, let's go to Disneyland.
That's one way of saying it.
I have a myriad of questions to ask them.
Yeah.
Where they've been, what's happened, what's going on, what do you see?
Yeah.
What's the other side
What do you
like?
see?
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly what's happening.
Are there dimensions or something? I don't know.
Exactly. We don't know where they're coming from. In Arcadia, Missouri, on Resurrection, the residents who have passed away in this town are now coming back to life.
What?
Yeah. And it starts with 8-year-old Jacob, who died 32 years ago and is now reunited with his parents.
Oh, man, that must be crazy for them.
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. I mean, that's super fun premise for a show. But it's just these people are coming back. Why are they coming back?
Exactly.
And it's just,
Wow.
where does the mystery stop?
Yes. And that's basically what's going on. Like, the previews, I saw tons of previews during the Oscars this past weekend. It looks very powerful. It looks really interesting. To me, kind of got a Lost feel to it. You know, we got the ABC. It's on ABC, so it's not by the producers, but it's still going to be cool.
They embrace those types of shows.
They do. It's I love those mystery shows where you're always looking and trying to figure out other things and other elements that go on in the show.
Yeah, this sounds like right up your alley.
Yeah,
you know?
this is totally a me show, and I think it's even more awesome in the sense that they're not doing, your typical zombie, vampire, Walking Dead thing that has attracted so much TV. So, to just kind of brainstorm what you think it's going to be about is kind of cool.
Yeah. So, it's going to be on Sunday, March 9th, 9/8 Central.
Yes.
ABC, Resurrection. Make sure you watch it live, and then we'll talk about it here on AfterBuzz, because I know there'll probably be an after show about that.
Oh, yeah, most
Yeah.
like.
Of
I mean,
the
it's what we
living?
do.
Yes. Maybe, I don't know. Tune in to see. We'll have to see here. So, guys, let's get to Main Event tonight. Detroit, Michigan. This show was actually shown live on the WWE Network last night, so that's cool. We're at least getting live wrestling show now on the network, and big matches tonight, which I thought was awesome. The first match of the night, Kane versus Daniel Bryan.
Corporate
Kane. Okay. Oh, and then we first show starts with a recap of Raw, with Daniel Bryan, challenging Triple H, wanting to get this match. He wants a match with Triple H at WrestleMania. Triple H just tells him, "No, you're a B plus. You're good, but you're not that good enough for me to get in the ring with you." And then it was Batista versus Daniel Bryan to the main event of Raw.
Yeah.
Basically, it just breaks down to where the Authority comes out, gets involved in the match. Triple H ends up pedigreeing Daniel Bryan. Batista hits a Batista bomb on him. And Raw ends with the Authority standing atop Daniel Bryan as he lays there on the ground. A scene we've seen a lot over the last 6 months.
With Batista now involved.
Yes, he wasn't standing with them, but he at least helped them.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, heel Batista now. I'm still booing Batista,
Still
but
pro-Tista.
I think he's getting better now. I'm caring a little more that he's a bad guy now. He's taking that persona and just taking off with it. I like that part of it.
Yeah, I'm on the fence with it.
You're on the fence still?
I'm still on the fence.
I'm on the fence, howling at the moon. I love it. He's a monster. It's great. More of that.
But so this match is Kane versus Daniel Bryan. Bryan was basically working over Kane's knee a lot of the match, and that's trying to break his leg down, get him down to his level. Bryan it was an awesome springboard DDT that he hit off the ropes onto Kane at the beginning of the match.
That's cool.
Yeah, there was a lot of yes kicks. Daniel Bryan, did his flying to the outside of the ring onto Kane. He hit the missile drop kick for 2. Kane hit a big sidewalk slam for 2. Then Kane got up to the top rope, hit his flying. Is that like a flying clothesline that he hits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the diving clothesline that comes down.
Kane then goes for the choke slam. He hit the. Did he hit the choke slam? Now I'm trying to remember what I wrote down.
I think he got out of it. I think he
he got out of it. Oh, and he kicked him in the head.
Up.
And he got down, kicked him in the head. Bryan went to the top rope, hit the flying goat for 2. Bryan then had Kane
Is it really called that officially?
That's what they were calling it. That's
Strong commentary.
That's what Tom Phillips calls it, so that's what I'm calling it.
That is law. That is law.
All I heard was gopher too, as in a gopher.
Gotcha. The flying gopher too. Bryan then had Kane set up in the corner on the top rope, and he went for the Hurricanrana, but Kane was able to hold on to the top rope, so Daniel Bryan just kind of tumbled onto his head. Kane then hit a swinging DDT for 2 that he thought was going to be the end of it. Then Kane ended up going for the choke slam. Daniel Bryan, as Kane lifted him up in the air, was able to get out of it, jump onto Kane, and reverse it down, roll him up for the win for 3. He was able to hold him down. So Daniel Bryan gets the win.
And then got the hell out of that ring.
He did. He did. And then yes chants by the whole arena. What'd you guys think of the match? Who wants to go first?
I found it fascinating. I for one, Daniel Bryan on Main Event, love it. Want more.
Yes.
Want more. There were so many things in this. Like Kane doing that drop kick to Bryan at the very beginning where he just kind of went off the ropes and then drop kick right into Bryan. And then how he grabbed Daniel Bryan in midair when he was on the outside of the ring, and Bryan's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do." Nope, no, I'm not, because it's Kane and he's a monster.
Yes.
Yeah, it was kind of like Kane was Bowser and Daniel Bryan was Mario, and that's what it was like. Because Mario's constantly, flurry, 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 kick, 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 and then one fireball down. But it was fantastic. I have so many of the things written down here. It's Bryan when he did those awesome flying kicks into Kane's knee, when he just and
like a running drop kick kind of thing.
Yeah. I was like, wow, that knee's getting worked over. And he didn't topple like a tree. I was like, I was so sure that Kane was going to end up just smashing him, you know? So I loved that there was that surprise where Bryan won.
Yeah.
And I was like, yay, the princess is in this castle. So I was like, heck yeah. I love that surprise roll up. I loved how Bryan just kept on trying. That man does not give up, and I love that about him. 4.5.
Gotcha. Good rating. Good ratings tonight, hopefully all around. Gabby, what do you think?
I loved the match in its entirety, from the start to even the storyline at the end. I thought it was, like Markeia, love that surprise ending because, yes, I did not think Bryan was going to win towards that middle of the match because there really was no turning point. He just seemed like he was just going to go down. But the fact that he was able to pull such a swift move really shocked me, and that's what keeps me interested in these matches, that surprise element, because no one saw it coming.
Yeah,
Plus,
definitely.
You know, on commentary, Billy Gunn said, or sorry, not commentary, Kane said afterwards to Josh Matthews that Daniel Bryan got lucky. I beg to differ. I don't think he got lucky. He just knew what was a weak spot for Kane. And he has great technique, Daniel Bryan, and I think that's what he pulled out in order to win this match. And it was really quick and accurate. So it was a really good job on his part. And I can appreciate that type of wrestling. So I gave it a 4.0.
Gotcha. Scott, what do you think?
I thought it was great. I am always impressed by Kane, but my expectations are always low. For some reason, I don't know when that is with Kane, that you just go like, oh, it'll be all right. But that guy over-delivers every time. He's been a staple there forever. I think always a little underappreciated, but he always, whatever role he's in, he does it exceptionally.
Yeah.
And he's doing great in this. He terrifies me more wearing slacks than he ever did in the mask and everything like that. Just a ripped 7-foot dude wearing slacks and dress shoes wrestling.
Yeah.
Dress shoes, I love that reference.
Yeah, it was great seeing the David and Goliath match in the ring and seeing Bryan basically what I thought the commentators neglected to mention in a way. Like, I think JBL would have done something like this where he stacked 7 feet on top of himself. You know, he stacked Kane up, so using his own height against him. Yeah. Which I thought was a cool tactic that, not told in the story, but that's what happened, and it was a good strategy for the story that they told because none of his moves were putting Kane away.
No, yeah. I mean, and I feel like these two have wrestled so many times, like they know each other so well that the surprise roll up like that was a good way to end it, because you get Kane afterwards talking to Josh Matthews being like, oh, he was lucky he got that win. It wasn't a definitive like knee to the face and he's out win. So it continues the story on, which is good, from week to week.
Why can't these guys ever just admit they lost? Why does someone need to be lucky? I don't get it.
Because they're bad guys. They lie.
Yeah, they lie for sure.
They lie, they cheat, and steal.
They've lied throughout this entire show tonight.
They're petty liars.
Yes.
Exactly. Sore losers.
I gave it a B+.
A B+. Gotcha. I gave it a 4.5. I thought it was an awesome match. I'm hoping we get more matches like this on Main Event, more storyline-wise. But yeah, it was awesome to see Daniel Bryan on Main Event and Kane. So... then we get a Raw recap from...
Oh, I have a question. A very relevant question, I think, to this that we could all possibly throw in here from Joseph Boza in the chat room.
Yes.
Saying Daniel didn't get lucky and maybe will finally get his match with Triple H at Mania. What will Daniel Bryan have to do or say to get the authority to get the match to be made official?
I have a theory.
Oh.
I think for him to get the match with Triple H, he has to attack one person nobody ever touches.
Linda McMahon?
Yes. He will go find her. No, I think he has to go. I mean, they've done that before, so it's kind of played out, but I think he has to go after Stephanie, or at least do something, get her in the yes lock. Like, he doesn't have to knock her out or punch her, but, get her in the yes lock and be like, you want your match, I want this match. You have to give me this match or I won't let her go.
What if
Interesting.
What if he shaved off her hair and glued it to her face so she has a Daniel Bryan beard?
Oh my goodness.
And only he has the
Wow. She's so pretty. That wouldn't work. No.
You guys, I agree with what you're saying, Tom, because in the sense that Triple H gets very defensive over Stephanie.
Yes, he does.
We saw, was it at Raw or was it just a recap when I think it was a recap, she got knocked out.
Yep.
And Triple H came running over and holding her head.
Randy Orton? Didn't
Yeah.
he,
Yeah,
mistake?
with
Yeah,
Randy
Orton like hit her
Orton.
and he like kind of punched her.
So it's like the second anyone touches her
Yep.
with a finger,
Yep.
he's like after it.
I think maybe if he went after one of the new powerhouses that they've been having in, like a Batista, like if he went after Batista and brought him down, and then just like stood there over Batista, like, "Hey, I want my match. This is going to happen."
Yeah.
You know, that kind of a thing.
They kind of did that on.
They'd have
like,
to.
I mean, he wrestled Batista on Raw.
Yeah, but didn't he kind of get his butt handed to him?
Well, that was after the match. Like, nobody really won the match. There wasn't a clear winner.
I think if he clearly won against Batista,
yeah,
maybe
I mean,
that would be enough.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think, Allie? How do you think he's going to get his match?
I think he has to shave Stephanie's head.
Oh, I didn't know that was yours.
She would never.
Make a beard out of it, and he only has the solvent that'll remove that hair.
Then
He says, "You got to give me the match, and then I'll remove the beard off her face." And she's still bald. Sorry about that.
Yeah. She can wear a hat like Vince did. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has that hat lying around. But yeah, I mean, I think it's inevitable that they're gonna face each other at WrestleMania. I'm just hoping that it leads to Daniel Bryan winning that match and going on to face Randy Orton and Batista in a triple threat match.
At SummerSlam when we can be there live.
I mean, I would like it at SummerSlam, but I want it at WrestleMania.
Going off this topic,
Yeah.
I really love Stephanie McMahon. I think she has a great character and like personality going. Because we don't often see girls that are like, you know, like I'm a boss, you know? And I
good
love
point.
that element, don't you?
Yeah, good point. You know, you'd love to hate her. You know,
Yes.
she's in command.
She's in command, yes. Love
Yeah, yeah. She's a general.
She is.
She's like, salute to me and get on your knees.
Yeah, I mean, Stephanie is a good character. Since she's been brought back, because she was away for a while. Almost,
They do
I mean,
a
a
good
couple
job
of years.
of featuring those authoritative positions, like
Yeah.
in and out of their roles, so it doesn't get stale.
Yeah, she was very good on Raw. Basically, you know, talking down to Daniel Bryan, saying like, "My family built all of this. Like, if it wasn't for my family, you would not be here. Like, you owe everything to us, and now you're trying to go after us and go against us." I thought it was a good promo by her.
Love that.
So then we get a Raw recap of the Usos winning the tag team titles. Do you think I was gonna say so winning the tag team titles from the New Age Outlaws? So tonight we get a rematch for the tag team titles on Main Event. So we get Kane and Daniel Bryan and a tag team title match on Main Event tonight.
Like, what?
Exactly.
Is it our collective birthday?
Yes.
And friend of the show appeared on.
Yeah.
Yes, Josh
as well.
Matthews.
Yeah.
In the backstage segment with Kane.
Yeah.
And he looked kind of
Says he only works
scared.
Mondays.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe that's why.
Well, no, because he's on the pre-show for SmackDown now too.
Oh, right.
So
Yeah.
he's got to work Tuesdays too.
Tough schedule.
But are you guys happy the Usos won the tag team belts?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I felt like
You say I say no.
Ooh.
I felt like their speech in the very beginning with Renee Young in the center of the ring reminded me of like Matthew McConaughey at the freaking Oscars. If anyone was watching, you know, because they were just like, you know, you could do it. Anyone could be here. They were so positive. It reminded me of like Daniel Bryan's outlook with the yes.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So then there's also a Scooby-Doo WrestleMania movie coming out.
It's about time.
I know. with John Cena, Triple H, AJ.
Kane.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who else.
That's
Vince
insane.
McMahon.
Do they all-
Yeah, Vince is in it.
Do
Yeah.
they all play like other characters, but we still
No.
have the Scooby Gang, or they are the Scooby Gang?
No, they're them. They play themselves.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
There's the
Okay.
Scooby Gang.
Yeah, and
and the wrestlers.
Yeah. So kind of like when it would be like the Harlem Globetrotters. Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Got
that's coming out I think next month or soon. I don't know. It looks like it's gonna be good. But in the backstage segment with Josh, Josh asks Kane if he is angry at himself, and he says, "No, Bryan got lucky," and he's just mad about that gargoyle challenging the COO of this company because he doesn't deserve that match.
All the insults, calling him a troll, and he's like, oh,
A gargoyle.
yeah.
It's actually really funny. The
Yeah.
gargoyle thing.
The gargoyle is new. I do like that better than a goat. At least the gargoyle is like kind of like like scary looking.
And a protector.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. Goat. I mean,
Yeah, with muscles and a low center of
yes,
gravity.
yes. Exactly like Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Who knew?
And, you know, has wings and stands on buildings.
Yeah, he flies. You know,
Yeah.
he stands on the top rope.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
yeah.
all coming together. Now it's gonna be the flying gargoyle, not the flying goat anymore. So then let's get to the second match of the night. Alicia Fox versus Nikki Bella. Byron Saxton came up with a good tag team name for Oksana and Alicia Fox, called Foxana. I like that.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, right?
I like it.
All right.
Yeah.
You're not a fan of that?
No, it's all right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I might have
Foxana.
called them Foxy Ladies.
How about
Yeah.
Foxana ladies? No, that's too much.
All right.
Too much. I like Foxy ladies though.
Yeah, Foxy Ladies
Yeah.
was fun.
Yeah.
All right,
Little
we'll
Jimi
send-
Hendrix riff on it.
Yeah, we'll send that in. See what it gets approved. It started out with Nikki basically in control of Alicia Fox. Nikki hit an awesome like tilt-a-whirl hurricanrana onto Alicia, which is I'd never seen her do that before. Alicia did the the fisherman suplex, which is like I feel like it's one of her moves now.
Yeah, I think so.
Into the pin for 2. I really think that could be like her finisher because she has like those long legs, so she's putting so much pressure on them when she flips them over like that. Could be a cool finisher.
Yeah, and she always has such a perfect bridge.
Yeah,
It's nice.
Yeah, she must practice a lot. And Nikki does.
How?
I don't know.
That'd be like, hey, baby, come here for a second. Yeah. just come here.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody hit on me in this bar tonight. Like, all right. Okay.
Nikki, I'm not sure the name of the move, but she kind of would grab the person by the head and like slam them on her knee.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
Like-
it's like a nose buster.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like a neck breaker to knee move, something like that. There's
Nose
no.
buster. No,
Yeah.
that was
No.
good.
Yeah.
No.
That was good. That
You're
was
the
good.
pro.
Nose buster. I like it.
Stop it.
And then Oksana got on the apron. Nikki came over and pulled her down, got her out of there. Alicia rolled up Nikki for 2, and then Nikki ended up hitting the. We didn't come up with a name for it. I have the Bella Rack or Bella Buster for the win.
Bella Buster.
Oh, man.
Good one.
That actually might work, Bella
Yeah.
Buster.
And so Nikki ended up getting the win.
Nikki's case.
Totally true story. Bus.
Well, that's why I thought Bella Rack was a little too much.
That's
but,
too out there, but Bella Buster.
Yeah. For the win. Hey, we just named 2 moves tonight. We're good.
Hey.
Don't bust your buster.
Yeah. So Nikki got the win. What'd you guys think of the match? Good Divas match?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of short, but it was intense. I'm really starting to really enjoy how well Alicia what was the way to say this? Sells the moves.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, she's acrobatic, and and I like the little personality touches that were happening with things. Like when she had like that leg lock going on the rope against Nikki, she did that and then started slapping the back of her head. That doesn't do anything, but like it's a taunt.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
That's great. And then like Nikki was like, I don't know, she kind of, this is horrible. She kind of reminded me of Sporty Spice. Where she was like the athletic one. She was always, into everything. Yes, and for all of these lovely young men that are listening right now, they're like, Sporty Spice? What?
They know who that is.
And they're
Yeah.
also going, oh, she called me lovely.
But yeah, I really liked what Nikki was doing, especially with the Bella Buster.
Yep.
That was fantastic. I mean, that's just pretty much a deadlift up, and then bringing all of that weight down on yourself to hurt the crap out of Alicia Fox. I thought that was great. I ended up giving it a 4.
Great.
I really enjoyed.
I really loved this match. I feel like a lot with the Divas, they could give more. And wrestlers in general that not only show consistency match to match, but also prove themselves each match, to me are like the masters of their art. And what we saw tonight from Nikki and Alicia, I think, was one of their best performances. The energy was just up there. And I feel like it almost seemed as if Stephanie McMahon shook them and said, listen, girls, you need to get out there and really show your, ish. And I feel like they did. And I really haven't seen that much energy come from these two. The only thing I would have liked was to not have such a fast win, because it was a great match. I wanted to see more. So I don't feel like it was time for Nikki to win at that point.
You think she needed to like beat her down a little more?
Yeah,
it was kind of
like-
just like, oh, I hit my finisher and then I win.
I just feel like, come on, Alicia, you weren't that tired yet.
Gotcha. Yes.
But I gave it a 4.8, and I knocked 2 points off because it was a premature win. But I did also like the nice touch with Brie coming out and pulling down Oksana off the side.
No interference, right?
Yeah.
Right.
What'd you think, Scott?
I enjoyed it. I was glad that on this high-profile main event that they did have a chance to put divas in there as well. And I know it suffered from, I like it and I don't, that the ring entrances were cut because we had the extra moment in the back with Kane. So we had a backstage segment. So sometimes if a match in the middle or something has to suffer from that, I'm all right with that. But in this case, it was like, oh, it's the divas. That's unfortunate. But it was a good match. It was short. Continuously impressed with Alicia Fox. I know the focus is on the Bellas, and Nikki doing a really good job. And the chat is blowing up about Nikki, saying that they thought she looked really great. And apparently, Joseph is saying on her Instagram, she calls it the rack attack. Which is not too far from the Buster.
Wow.
Yeah.
She might have heard it
Yeah,
and
no.
then didn't want to
Maybe
get
she should
sued by
change it
Tom.
to Bellabuster because I'll let her use that name.
So I thought it was great. I give it a 33 Twin Magics.
Gotcha. Yeah, I thought it was good. I gave it a 2.5 because it was just too short of a match. But I watched it on the WWE Network yesterday, and they did show the entrances of both. So at first, I thought when Bellas first came out, I thought it was a tag team match, but then it turned into a singles match. So they did at least show that, but I think for purpose of TV,
Selling ads.
Yeah, they got commercials and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I gave it 2.5. I thought it was good. It could have went a little longer, but other than that, yeah, Alicia is impressing me because I like that we get to see her each week on Main Event, and I don't know, maybe Nikki's going up against AJ at Mania. I just because Naomi is still hurt because she hurt her eye, so we don't know when she'll be back.
Wait, she hurt her eye?
Yeah, she got Oksana kneed her in the eye, and she broke her the orbital of her eye or something like that.
Dude.
So she hasn't been on TV for a couple weeks now.
Oh, okay.
And I saw online she needs 6 to 8 weeks to recover or something.
My goodness.
So she can't go in. I think she can't fly. She can't even go anywhere because of she has to make sure her eye doesn't get messed up again.
Man,
So
that's something to keep in mind. I mean, we're watching this every week, and they're giving their all, and it's bodily harm.
Yeah.
It's punishing. It is. I mean, I mad respect to all of them.
That's why you gotta watch the rack. Sorry, I had to say that.
Hashtag watch the rack.
Yep. And then we get a promo for The Big Show returning on SmackDown this week. But I'm not sure where The Big Show is coming back from. When we went to Raw, we saw him on the stage. He was perfectly fine.
I guess it's the beatdown from Lesnar.
Yeah, I
At
guess
the
so.
Rumble of
Yeah.
just wailing on him with a chair forever.
But we saw him 2 weeks after that.
Forget that.
I guess so. I guess maybe he's returning to the ring. That's my guess. He's gonna have a match on SmackDown. But
Well, wherever he's returning from, it's very cold.
yeah,
Apparently,
yeah,
as
look,
Scott,
it's snowing, right?
as Scott realized.
The video graphic looked odd because it looks like he was in a snow globe.
Yeah.
Like someone shook him and then it's just there's snow all around him. I don't get it.
Maybe that's what happened to him. Maybe he's gonna come out in a
trapped in a
huge
snow
snow
globe.
globe, and he's just
Oh,
gonna
man.
punch it and break it. And
Oh,
how
that's
he's
the
gonna
WrestleMania
escape.
entrance for Big Show.
Yeah.
Big snow.
A big snow.
That's like the end of that TV program. What was that? Where everything, the entire thing was. It was in a hospital, but it was in a snow globe?
Elsewhere, I think.
Saint
or-
Elsewhere.
Is that a
yeah,
movie?
that was it. That was like a TV show.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of the name of it. but-
Not Resurrection.
No.
Maybe it's just gonna
no. But we'll be watching.
Yes, we will be. March 9th, 9/8 Central on ABC. So then let's get to the final match of the night. The Usos come out, and Renee Young is in the ring interviewing them. They say they're on cloud nine. Them winning the belts is still not sunk in on them, and that when you work hard, kids out there, so they kept pointing to the camera. When you work hard and you earn something, it feels great.
Yeah, when you jump on an old man and take something from them,
Yes.
it's very rewarding.
And then they said that, everyone's happy for the Usos except for the New Age Outlaws. And Renee asked them, well, what's next for you guys? And what's next for them?
WrestleMania.
Exactly, yeah. They're going to WrestleMania as the tag team champions for now.
If they didn't point
we
at
got
the
4
sign,
weeks.
if they didn't point at the sign, I wouldn't have understood.
Yeah, exactly.
It wouldn't have made any sense to me.
Yeah. you'd have been like, where are they going?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What's the WrestleMania?
So then, after they're done talking, New Age Outlaws music hits. Oh, you didn't know that the New Age Outlaws are not going to wrestle tonight? Because I didn't know. I thought they were going to. They come out in street clothes. I like the rap that they have with Renee Young, because if you see, they've had some backstage segments with her, and they always call her Tanya for some reason.
Oh, that's
and that's why they just kind of like, make fun of her the whole time.
Oh man, I thought I had her name wrong the entire time. I wasn't going to say anything. Like,
yeah, they always call her Tanya. I don't get why. But they're just, they're very funny guys, so I'm sure it's just kind of maybe like an inside joke they have with her already, and, they just do it on TV.
Yeah, Road Dogg was funny.
Yes, he was like, Billy, do you feel that? And he's like, no, not the decay from this bankrupt city we're in.
Detroit!
He's like, yes. He's like, the feeling of standing in this ring with the luckiest boys in the world. They said Road Dogg hurt his back, apparently ice skating after Raw the night before, and Billy Gunn. What does Billy Gunn have?
Encephalitis.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Can we explain what that is real quick? It's an inflammation of the brain, you guys. Of the brain. Yeah, clearly something went wrong when they decided to back out.
Yes.
This has been Dr. Gabby with.
It's just like, yeah, you really have problems with your brain right now. It looks pretty fine to me. You're moving and shaking and talking. Stupid.
So the match has been postponed until they are 100%. But then
That's good. That's smart.
It is.
They want to win the titles back.
Yeah, they want to be, at 100%. They are older guys. They need they need more time to rest. They can't just wrestle the day after in a tag team match for the belts again.
I would wait till WrestleMania, honestly.
Yeah, I think so.
It's more high profile.
Yeah. Wait a couple weeks. Let you maybe get past 100%. I don't know. Be like 102, 103, then you'll definitely win the belts back. So then we get, gentlemen, can I get your attention to the stage, please? Which I think Brad Maddox should say that every time he comes out, because I just like that line. And it just gets there, like, it's just like, you're like, what? What does he want? Like,
I'd prefer a man with a vest is speaking. That's what I'd like.
That'd be good. So Brad Maddox comes out and says that the fans were guaranteed a tag team title match tonight, and that's what we're going to get. And their opponents, who do you guys think they're? I was like, oh, the Rhodes family, Rybaxel, the Shield, the
It's a little
Wyatts.
intense for them, I feel like.
I would have thought him and the Big Show.
Yeah.
Because Brad Maddox gets on he has no authority there.
Yeah.
He's a Raw general manager.
So, no, it's not either of those teams that we think would maybe go against them. It is Los Matadores and El Torito coming out for the match. But to my surprise, at least watching this match, a very entertaining match. I was not expecting this match to be as entertaining as it was. The New Age Outlaws are on commentary during the match, and they made a funny joke of like, "Oh, we're gonna steer." Or Road Dogg said he's gonna steer clear of Billy, and he was like, "Steer clear." So they were just making jokes the whole time, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah, they were joking for like most of it,
Yeah.
but I think after they were watching the match and seeing just how athletic and agile these guys were.
Yeah.
They were awesome.
And they were just commentating on how fast-paced it was.
Yeah, I think they got a little scared. I think they started shaking in their boots a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they're older guys. They're not used to being, keeping up with the fast-paced younger guys of this generation.
Yeah.
They
have
used to
been.
be those guys.
They were, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they used to. Their whole feud with LOD was that.
Yeah.
Legion of Doom. That they were making fun of them for how old they were.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Now they're getting made fun of for how old they are.
Yeah. Now they're calling themselves veterans.
Yes.
Yeah.
But one of the funniest lines I thought was the Road Dogg, where it was Jimmy and Fernando in the ring, I think. And he was like, well, how do you tell these guys apart? And he was like, well, I'm talking about each team. I thought that was a great line from the Road Dogg. The match, it was a very fast-paced match. Usos kept doing the Uso chants, and they were doing Ole chants.
Uso,
yeah.
Ole.
Yeah, I think the Uso chant won, personally. That's what I thought.
Oh, it definitely did.
Yeah. They both did it was Jimmy and I think it was Diego. It was a lot of just countering moves. Like they both did a double drop kick to each other, which they didn't hit. They did a double clothesline, which they both did hit. And then Jay was, doing his dancing that he always does. And Road Dogg was like, I can respect the dance because Road Dogg used to dance all the time.
Still shakes it a little bit.
He does a little bit, but he used to do it a lot more.
The shuffle and punch that he does.
Yes. Both, I think Fernando flew over the top rope onto Fernando. Then Diego flew off the top rope onto Jay. And then Jimmy flew over the top rope onto both Matadors. The Matadors hit a monkey flip out of the corner that was not... It looked like one of them fell, and the other one was like, well, I guess we're both going now. I think it was just like, timing was not that well on that. I said the double clothesline, and then they kept doing these almost... I thought they were going to hit a pile driver. It was almost like, a tombstone.
Pile driver flips?
Yeah, where he had them in front, and then he tilted back, and they kept reversing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought that was really cool. And then Fernando ended up hitting a DDT. Jay ended up hitting a Samoa drop onto Fernando. And then Diego did his handstand in the corner, which didn't work too well because it just kind of backfired on him.
Well, he kind of got kicked in the face for it. So.
Yeah.
He got sized up first. Uso was looking at him like, no, I'm going to kick you in the face.
Yeah.
And he did that.
So Jimmy ended up kicking him in the face, taking him out of the match. They hit the other super kick onto Fernando, and then Jimmy hit the splash off the ropes. So in their first title...
Defense,
yeah. It was like, in their first title defense, they retained the titles. And then after the match...
A title was defended
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll applaud that.
Awesome.
I didn't want to get too much into it.
Yeah, right.
But as the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn are leaving, as Los Matadores are standing in the ring, Billy Gunn just goes up and pushes El Torito onto the ground.
The ish out of him.
Yes.
I was just like, what?
And El Torito didn't like that.
He eats it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He eats a mouthful of canvas.
So...
Yes. So El Torito gets on the apron, runs and attacks Billy Gunn, hits a hurricanrana on him, and Billy ends
Which
up
is childish at that point.
I know, come on.
Attacking back. Come on.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Yeah.
Pick on someone your own size.
Exactly.
Yes.
Come on, El
Thank
Torito.
you,
Pick on
Gabby.
someone your own
Find
size.
someone in the back, your own size. Pick on them.
Where's Hornswoggle at? We haven't seen him in forever. Pick on him. And then Billy Gunn runs around, both try to catch him. Road Dogg grabs his back because it's been hurt from his ice skating
It's like watching
escapades.
Tom and Jerry.
Yes. Billy Gunn runs into the ring and gets stopped by Los Matadores. They ended up picking him up, and Torito springboard gores him. And one of the announcers was like, I don't want to know where he hit him after he just did that. Because he didn't really hit him in the stomach. He hit him a little below the belt.
The camera angle was interesting.
Yes. So New Age Outlaws leave disgusted. Los Matadores, they lost the match, but they still, got the upper hand at least on
Yeah,
New Age
2.5
Outlaws.
guys beat up on one guy.
Yeah.
Big shots.
Exactly. An older guy.
Yeah.
Like the Big Show punching someone out, right?
Yeah. Ugh, immature.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of this match tonight? The last match of the night.
And I thought it was it was great. It was like men in their prime. Athletic, organic, great improvisers. It's the stunts that they were doing, the moves that they were doing were very interesting. Completely, full out the entire time. It's like, if you're racing through Grand Theft Auto or something, and that's what it was action, explosion, gunfire. Oh, there's police. That's what this was. And I just got kind of tired just watching them. It's like, how can you do this? And then parts of it, though, were kind of so practiced for me. It was like it was very well done, but it was also a little bit stagey. I felt my own personal opinion with it, but there were excellent moves in it. I loved the bits of personality flair that were coming from both of them. Ooh, so ole. You know, and then when the crowd started doing the Uso chant, and then I don't know if it was Diego or Fernando. I don't know.
It was Diego.
It was Diego. Oh, you don't even know what I'm talking about. Where he was like reacting to the crowd doing that, and then going back in against Jimmy or Jay.
It was Jimmy.
It was So I loved it. I loved the athleticism. I loved the great tag team work between not only the two tag teams together, but between each one. I gave it a 4.25.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gabby, what'd you think?
I really enjoyed watching this match. However, the wrestling could have been better. It seemed to me like the Los Matadores weren't doing their movements as full out. Like anytime they'd be thrown out of the ring, it just seemed like half done. You know, I felt like they were like scared to get hurt or something. But I loved the whole storyline aspect of it, and even with the New Age Outlaws coming out and deciding not to wrestle, and then them being on commentary, just like really gave that match spice for me, because I was listening to commentary and watching, and they were so funny. Like, they were asked about the encephalitis, and Billy Gunn goes, "None of your business." I just thought that was so funny, and he was like, "Well, I was just asking because you like said that, you know, you guys are sick or whatever." It was just like a question, and he's like, "What do you do this part-time?" Like, it was just so funny. So like, I really enjoyed what was going on with the story. And then obviously with the character at the end where Billy pushed El Torito. But at the same time, like, I mean, that was funny, but then El Torito trying to attack Billy was kind of like, what are you doing, dude? It's just not working. Because he needs a few El Toritos in order for that to make me feel like something's going on. It just didn't. I feel like he also missed him when he jumped off the ropes.
I think when he, I think his springboard was not as springy as he wanted it to be. I think what he's supposed to do, I think he's supposed to springboard and kind of land with his like butt on his chest, and then kind of like land on his feet, and like then he can, you know, run around real quick. But I think he just kind of missed. And
yeah, that's probably why the camera angle was the other way or something. I don't know. It was weird. But I also really enjoyed the super kick by the Usos, and at the end, and they always seem like they're so in sync with each other. And I don't know if it's a twin thing or like they just have a knowing of, you know, timing and stuff by working with each other all these years, or if it's kind of like a choreographed thing where they're just like, you know, on point and in the gym all the time. But I'm really impressed with them always, and I love their energy. But I gave it a 3.7 because I wasn't impressed with the Los Matadores.
Gotcha.
I really loved the whole ending segment of how it was all played out, because it was a segment along with the match.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a straight up match. It was great because it did feel like a main event to main event. It was able to live up past Daniel Bryan and Kane.
Yeah.
So thinking that we're going to get the tag title match with the Outlaws and then playing it up that they can't do it. And then the Outlaws have always been great. I mean, I missed them for years and years and years.
Yeah.
It looked like they were going to be written off of the history books because there was the falling out between everybody.
And they were in TNA for a while, so.
And they're back, and they're just, I mean, commentary tonight. And I know we give those guys me more than the most, but kudos to those guys, for Phillips to Saxton, for doing a live broadcast for them. That had to be really tough for them.
Yeah.
That they did it on Tuesday. And now, you know, they had fun with Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. And overall, it played out great. Like, it was a fun match. Like you said, high-flying, exciting moves. Those great moments of spotting him when he's doing the handstand and then kick him in the face. Like, great stuff. And that shove by Billy Gunn was priceless. If you haven't seen that, you have to watch that part. That's great. So, the overall great main event segment. Even if sometimes in the future, if we're not going to get a main event match, to make a main event segment out of it in other ways. So progressing story in some other fashion. So, I don't know, I gave it a 88 Hakas.
Gotcha. Yeah, I thought it was funny at the end when they were getting up before he pushed him. It was either Tom or Byron was like, "Oh, I hope you guys feel better," and Rojo was like, "Hope you feel better." That was so disingenuous. Like, thanks for nothing, guys. And just like walked away.
They're hysterical.
Yeah, they're really funny. I'm glad they're back. I'm glad they're on TV, and it's that good transition of, you know, the Rhodes had the belts, they lost them to the New Age Outlaws, and then now it's, you know, this older generation giving it back to the younger generation of the Usos. And, you know, the Usos are the future of the tag team division, I think, out of all the teams that they have. Like, they're the only team that's been together the longest, I think, out of all the tag teams. So, it's good to see them. And I mean, it seems like going into Mania, we're going to get the New Age Outlaws getting a tag, match. Maybe it's just them. I think we got a lot of tag teams and a lot of guys that aren't really doing anything. In Mania, they always try to put as many guys on the show. Right. So I could see like a fatal four-way of, the Rhodes, Ryback, New Age Outlaws, and Usos.
But they've narrowed it down quite a bit because they split up so many other tag teams.
Yeah,
so
no main event players or primetime players.
See, they're already broken up. Why remember the name?
Exactly, because they had good. That was a good name. I should have remembered it. But overall, I thought it was a really good match. Really good. I gave this a 3.5. Awesome matches tonight on Main Event, and Main Event is now going to be aired live on the network on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. We'll still be doing our show Wednesday nights because we'll be watching on Ion. So we'll be doing that. But I think it's going to be. I think it's a good thing for Main Event. I think we're going to get a lot of hopefully maybe bigger names and more storyline thrown into Main Event because they're going to be putting it on the network. They're going to want people to tune into the network, so they got to give them a reason to tune into the network. But I don't know. I'm excited. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's good news for us here at Main Event. We're going to get storylines and get bigger wrestlers, and I think it should still be like more developmental of like guys we haven't really seen much to at least give them TV time. But I think it was good. And I texted you yesterday that I think that Tom Phillips and Byron Saxton are better live than they. I feel like they sound better live than they do in the tape part of it. Like I don't know if it's just in their mind. They're like, this is live. We got to be really good. We got to be on and more excited. I thought they sounded way more excited and more up this week, like more upbeat this week about the matches and just about the action and everything.
Agreed.
So I think I don't know. I think they're improving. So, but overall, good night. Good night of matches.
Good night. Good night. We're out.
Yes.
Good night.
I'm too lazy to do the outro.
Yeah. We're just leaving. Bye, guys.
Bye.
So, guys, where can they find you at? Markeia, where can they find you?
Oh, you guys can find me on Twitter at Markeia McCarty. If you enjoy live comedy, if you come to iOS in Hollywood, this Sunday I will be in Top Story Weekly, which is sketch comedy. It's awesome. Great. It's kind of like SNL, but not.
Nice. Gabby, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Gabrielle_Loren or Instagram at Gabbiello87. And if you like celebrity and entertainment and fashion, check out Red Carpet 101 because I'm writing for them. Thanks.
Gotcha. Scott?
You can follow me on Twitter at Curtain Jerks, and you can listen to my comedy wrestling podcast, Curtain Jerks, which is available on iTunes, comedypodcastnetwork.com. And this week's special guest, I talk with Impact Wrestling's Rockstar Spud. And
Awesome.
that is fun. He doesn't like me because I'm a bloody yank.
Oh, that's not good. And you can find me on Twitter at TomTheCom. And you can see me Tuesday for Supernatural and coming up after this for the Tomorrow People. So we'll see you guys next week for a Main Event.
From executive producers Markeia McCarty, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Oh.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.